Hello everyone, my name is Jesus and welcome back to my channel. I want to talk to you today about a video I saw on YouTube where the YouTuber was talking about a politician who recently won an election and he had the support of his political party, but he had also committed a crime recently, and despite that he still won the election. And that made me think, do we in America treat politicians like government employees, or do we treat them like a nobility? And I want to talk about that today and reasons why I asked this question. But before we get into the conversation, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It would really help me out. Now let's get back to the topic. Now, when I think about government employees, I think about the DMV workers. If you think about the DMV workers, they all dress in a professional manner and they have to treat all people that come into their offices the same way. They have to treat them equally. They are not supposed to bring their personal opinions to work, and they're supposed to treat everybody as equals regardless of how they feel on a variety of issues such as gender issues, racial issues, religious issues, political issues. They cannot bring their own opinions into work. They're supposed to just do the work and treat everybody equally. However, when we look at politicians are treated differently. When a politician wins the race, they typically only look out for the constituents who voted for them, and they neglect the other citizens. And that makes me think that doesn't seem right, because they're supposed to represent every constituent who is in their region. If they don't, then it would be like the nobility from Europe back in the 1700s, where to get your voice heard, you would have to beg and you would have to go to the nobles or to the king to be able to have your rights heard. And another thing that makes me wonder about the treatment of politicians is, for example, politicians use a different medical system than we do, the regular citizens, yet they pass laws for the medical system that everybody uses. How can they pass laws for a system that they don't use, they don't have any knowledge of? If they use the same system, then they would be able to find any issues that could be improved and help improve the medical system for everybody else, but they have their own system instead. That's something that I think highlights how they're treated differently. And also, politicians, they're treated not as a government employee, because, for example, the DMV employees, people treat them just like any other employee you would encounter anywhere else. But with politicians, people treat them with a lot of deference. And that doesn't seem right, because the politicians are supposed to be representing the citizens. The citizens shouldn't have to be begging the politicians for their time so they can hear their issues. Another thing is that people complain that politicians also don't get treated the same under the law as regular citizens. For example, if a citizen is caught stock trading and doing insider trading, well, they would go to jail. But politicians, many people say that they do inside trading and nothing happens. And when people try to pass bills or elect politicians who pass bills to put restrictions on insider trading, then those bills are never put forth for a vote to become laws. And also there's politicians who we've seen that there's politicians who, once they get in office, they stay there for multiple terms, and then their relatives go into office too, and then their children, when they grow up, they go into office, and they create dynasties that everybody talks about. And that also seems like we're not treating them as general government employees, because people would then say that they're going to vote for a politician just because of their relatives who were also politicians. And all these things, and I'm sure there's a lot more that you can probably think of, make me ask the question, do we here in America treat politicians like government employees, or do we treat them like a new nobility? I'd like to know your opinion, and please like the video and share it. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day.